Hey guys, welcome back. We're out here with the X739 again. And we got about, they said we were going to get 1 to 3, but it looks like a little bit more than that. And just wanted to do a little cold start on this cold-blooded Kawasaki liquid-cooled V-twin. I think it's 27 horse in this unit. She's a little finicky when it gets cold. It's 12 degrees Fahrenheit here, January 23rd. So I think I got the throttle at throttle's at about half. Yeah, a little under half. Well, I keep this one on a little battery tender, so the battery's always good. But we'll let the fuel pump catch up here. Make sure she's in park. Yeah. And see what happens. A little smoky. Bring the idle down a little bit. And it's time to shovel off the little ramp to the shed here. So you can see it's nice and powdery. Unlike almost all of the other snow blowing videos that I've done with this machine, where it's been raining before the snowfall, freezing rain, and sometimes just downpours of rain, and then snow would start up. But this time, no rain yesterday or last night. The ground was dry. So this is very, very unusual for me to have a dry, powdery snow. I'm sure it has to do with the humidity and the extreme low temperature of 12. So that just gets my shed a little bit cleared out so I can stand over here and do some things. So I got the Deere kind of tucked away, as you can see, in the corner or against that wall. It works out pretty well. And all the other junk is crammed on the left side of this shed here. Hopefully we won't have to bring out the Aaron's 1332 or the aerator back there. So let's get going. I'll put you up in the cab there on that suction mounted mount that I have. Mounts to the glass right here. Probably can't see that. There it is. Just a little clamp like that. Works pretty well. As long as the windshield's kind of clear in front of it, it works pretty well. So we'll get the heat cranked in here and start our little day of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 properties. Okay, see you in a bit. Hey guys, sorry for the interruption there. I went ahead and did all the snow blowing without a windshield wiper and without heat and without my overhead LED working. And let's see, I had my flasher working because it runs off this 12 volt supply here. That was working. Dash was working. But for some reason I lost my windshield wipers and heater mainly, because it's 12 degrees out here and the wind is blowing like crazy. But I was able to get out and clear the snow off the windshield a couple of times, and I don't think I ran anybody over, so I think we're okay. I didn't smash in any garage doors or any curbs, but it was visibility was pretty crappy when the windshield gets snowed over, obviously. So I went around and cleaned up with the small snowblower and my neighbor's little electric Toro 60 volt. That thing worked really well. I put it in eco mode and lasted pretty good, and did some really deep, heavy snowplow snow down at the end of the street. Picked it right up and threw it. So I'm just cleaning it off a little bit, but I wanted to show you what I found out. I kind of have a little rat's nest going on the terminals. There's a lot of accessory feeds, power and ground. But the main one from John Deere, at least with the cab on it, is this one here. Comes out of the rollover protection system up into the engine compartment here. So prior to this, it was this harness here was down below the hydraulic hoses down here, and it wrapped around, came out right where it's coming out now. But there's a heater hose here, 2 heater hoses, and the muffler is jammed right here in this bracket. So here is the other end of it here, and that goes directly to the battery, positive and negative. So there's a black and a red lead here, but you can see back in there's a couple of push connectors here. And I don't know if you can see too clearly. I'll try to get you zoomed in. But those are a little bit melted. There's like a pretty heavy silicone sleeve around them. And obviously there's some wire loom protecting them. But you can see on that silicone sleeve there's bubbles. And that's from, was very, very close to the muffler. Or I should say the exhaust pipe here. So it was almost, this part was almost touching the muffler up here. So I rerouted them. I took this shielding and put it on top of the hydraulic hoses. And kind of snaked it through, and then zip tied it back here, which, yeah, there's a zip tie. And I zip tied it to the heater hose back here. So it's pretty hard to do when you're filming. Yeah, so the incoming here, there we go, found it. So the incoming from the battery and the ground are now pushed way back here, away from that hot exhaust pipe. But I was doing some other maintenance under here prior to this snowfall, and I must have kind of tugged on this harness and popped one of those connectors off. So that cut my heat off and my windshield wiper mainly. And those are kind of important today. Could have used them. The light, I wasn't so, you know, it was before noon when I started all this, so that LED light on top I didn't care about. I didn't even have it on. Well, it wouldn't have went on, but I didn't turn it on. The electric chute rotation was working, because that kind of has a different harness. And I think that's what I was in here for the other day, actually, is this electronic chute elevation here, not the rotation, but the elevation motor was stuck in the down position. And I would not go up at all. Couldn't get the chute up. So I was under there fooling around and found out at that point that both of the battery terminals had worked themselves loose. You know, little screws for the battery terminals. Little nut on there. And, you know, I've been working on cars and small engines all my life, so I'm sure the last time I went in there I tightened those pretty good, but there's no lock washer on them. I didn't use Loctite, obviously. So I believe that they kind of just worked their way loose over about a period of 6 months there, which is a little concerning. But once I cranked them down and I had to hit this with a rubber mallet a couple of times. I'm sure it was frozen at that point. Tapped it lightly with a rubber mallet. Then she started working right away. So I think that was just loose battery connections at that point. But it only affected this motor. Imagine it draws a few amps there. Otherwise, I mean, the machine did pretty good. I think they called for 1 to 3 inches, but I believe we got probably about 5 or 6. Luckily, it was very light, fluffy snow. Unfortunately, with light, fluffy snow, it was blowing like crazy, so that's what coated the windshield and caused me to have to put the machine away a little early. I just got, you know, the basic driveways and walkways done, all the heavy stuff. Then I went back and cleaned up with a little snowblower, 2 of them, and shovels. So that's it for this one. I'm sorry I didn't get the full video. I was going to try to get a whole video of this thing cleaning those lots out. You would not have been able to see anything because I have a suction mounted mount for this phone, and it's right on the windshield. So you would have been looking at a whiteout condition just like I was. So anyways, gonna get everything back hooked up here. I have, just in case you guys are interested, I have a little battery maintainer that I use, and this is the lead for it. So I shove that through the front of the grill of the hood there, and then the this cable gets shoved through the front of the grill too, and that controls the chute elevation here, up and down. Along with that, I still do have the factory headlights working in this machine. I don't really need them or use them, but that's this connector here. So once you get the hood on, first thing I do is connect this. Then I snake these out the front vents of the grill of the hood so I can access them. Then you close the hood, get the windshield down, latch it, and I think that's about it. But yeah, I checked everything now once I plugged that second lead in over there, and the heater came on. Oh man, that was nice just to hear that heater. Machine's cold now, but when you're out there 12 degrees Fahrenheit and you get nothing out of your heater, it's a little, pisses you off a little bit. Hey, look at that. Just went widescreen on you. So she did pretty good, even with those, with that electrical connector popped out. If you're wondering what that racket is, that's my electric heater up there. That was pretty good. It's nice and toasty in here. It's a 24 by 24 garage. And I've had it running for about an hour now. And it does pretty good. It'll melt that snow actually if I leave it on for another 4 or 5 hours, or I'm sure overnight. It would actually melt that snow off the snowblower. But I'm going to yank it out of here, put it back in the shed where it belongs, and then shovel out my garage, I guess. Only bad part is when you're working on something in the heat like this, it's good for me, but it melts snow in places that probably aren't great for the machine, because once I take it out of here, put it in the unheated shed, everything freezes, obviously. So I don't think we're going to get snow for another couple of days. So I'll go out there and check to make sure everything's functioning before then, which I should have done before tonight, or last night's snowfall, and failed to do. So that's it for this one, guys. No snow blowing footage, but major screw up on my part and the repair explained. So don't let that happen to you. And if you could, if you're not already subscribed, it'll really help me out. Thumbs up on the video, and hit the subscribe button. I think I'm under 200 subscribers now, so let's try to get that to 2,000 in the next day. So tell everyone you know. All right, any other questions or comments, or telling me what a jerk I am for missing that connection, put it below, and I always try to respond to all my comments. So until next time, guys, that's me signing out. Thank you.